my name is Rick Lepley. In this lesson, we're going to be continuing our exploration of the G major scale. We're going to be learning a variation on Form 2A. So we're going to call this Form 2B. And so Form 2A was this form right here. Starting on F sharp, it was F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, ending on A, there on the 5th fret, 1st string. Okay, so the F sharp kind of leaves, it's a strange note to end on, but anyways, it's included in this form. So this is a variation on that. Okay, so let me show this to you. You ready? Good. I'm ready too. Let's take a look. So 6th string, 2nd fret, F sharp. Okay, we're going to go from the F sharp to the G. Is a half step to the G there. Then we're going to go a whole step to the A. Okay, so F sharp, G, A. Whole step from the A to the B. There on the 2nd fret, 5th string. B to C, half step to C there on the 5th string, 3rd fret. A whole step from C to D on the 5th string, 5th fret. And D to E is a whole step on the 4th string. Okay. E to F sharp was a whole step there on the 4th string, 4th fret. And F sharp to G there on the 5th fret, 4th string. So you see, so there we have our octave of G. You know, here we have our F sharp octave. Okay. Okay, so G. Now let's continue. So G to a whole step to A on our 3rd string, 2nd fret. And from A, a whole step to B on our 3rd string, 4th fret. And from there we're going to go a half step from B to C on our 3rd string, 5th fret. And now from C we're going to get our D with our 1st finger on the 2nd string, 3rd fret. Okay, so that was a whole step to D from C. Now from D we're going to go to E, a whole step on the 5th fret, 2nd string. And from E we're going to go to F sharp on the 7th fret, 2nd string. And now we're going to get from F sharp we're going to go a half step to G on our 3rd fret, 1st string. And from G to a whole step to A on our 1st string, 5th fret. And from A we're going to go a whole step to B on our 1st string, 7th fret. Okay, so let's go through it one more time. All right, so starting on F sharp, F to G, half step, G to A, whole step, A to B, whole step, B to C, half step, C to D, whole step, D to E, whole step, E to F sharp, whole step, F sharp to G, half step, G to A, whole step, A to B, whole step, B to C, half step, C to D, whole step, D to E, whole step, E to F sharp, whole step, F sharp to G is a half step, G to A is a whole step, and A to B is a whole step. And that's where the pattern finishes. F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B. So getting out of my vocal range. Okay, so that's the pattern. So, yeah, I suggest as you go through this, it's good to, I'm going to continue to reiterate, say the note, know the note you're on. At first, it's slow, it comes slow, you're like, I can't think about the note every time I hit a note. Yeah, you can. So start out slow and you'll be surprised at how quickly you can actually see the note, know that you're on that particular note. It's really going to help you down the road as we continue to progress in our understanding of the guitar fingerboard. And in fact, how can you understand it if you don't know what the notes are? So that is what we're seeking to understand, and then putting all those notes together, scale patterns, and then putting them together to make chords, triads, and then connecting the triads together to make chords that are made up of octaves of triads, okay, and then other rules down the road. So it's a lot like math. When you think about math, as a child, we learned addition, and then because we understood addition, subtraction made sense, and then what do we learn? Multiplication, because and then division. All these things built on one another. Because we understood multiplication, we understood division, and then so it's like rungs on a ladder. And oftentimes, depending on how you learn to play the guitar, sometimes we can realize that we've missed a rung on the ladder, and so there's a blank spot there that we're not too sure about. And so we're taking it back to the basics. The G major scale, and it can be good to sing the notes, because you're training your ear, because the purpose of this, once you know these patterns, is to be able to, improvise, to be able to speak extemporaneously through your instrument, to be creative, play along with somebody, in this instance in the key of G. Again, everything you learn, it'll carry over to other keys. So here, I'm going to play a chord progression, and you try that, okay? You stop the video and fiddle with it. Fiddle with that, and okay, you've had a chance. The video's back on. All right. So now I'm going to play a chord progression and do that for a minute or two, and give you an opportunity. Is that possible that I did? Give you an opportunity. For a minute there, I thought I wasn't recording the video. Yes, it's possible that I could have missed recording all this, thinking I was recording it. So I'm going to do a chord progression, and you can play along with me. Okay, you ready? Here we go. big finish there. So, how did you do? I'm sure you did great. So, regardless of how you felt you did, you know something that you didn't know on the guitar already. You know another scale pattern. It's something that you need to practice regularly to know it, to internalize it. So, you know, we are learning a pattern here. We want to try to internalize a pattern so that you just know the patterns. And muscle memory is involved there, so you're working on some muscle memory, knowing how to navigate the fingerboard. So another part of it, so that's something that is kind of like you're learning by rote. It's something that you're internalizing and you're not going to really be thinking about eventually. Now, the other part of it is kind of an intellectual exercise, is thinking about the actual notes, the distance between the notes. You know, thinking about that, you know, knowing that right now I'm on an F sharp, I'm on a G right here, I'm on an A, D, you know, F sharp, G, A, B, you know, up the neck. But to know those notes, and well, it eventually it'll be mind-blowing what you're able to do with that, as far as how it will project your guitar playing. You know, how you're going to be able to have something that you're building on, and before you know it, you're going to be all the way up the fingerboard. So we'll see you on scale pattern number 3A, which will be the next pattern. Remember, as far as practicing, a lot is better than a lot of little. And that was kind of my point before. There's a lot of things you're trying to internalize here. It's really an aerobic exercise for your hand and your arm. You know, when you're doing these, also alternate picking. So, you know, I'm going to move around here. So we're not just going down strokes, right? I mean, it's possible to do that, but it sounds kind of mechanical, right? I mean, there's a time when you might do that, but alternate picking is where you're up, down, you know, down, up. So alternate picking. So on the first note, so I'm picking down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. You know, do I have to start on the down? Not necessarily. But it just needs that whatever you start on, it's going to alternate. And you just want to get used to picking. So that is the most economical way to pick, is an alternate picking pattern that helps you to move through here. So quality, not quantity. Notice here on my fingertips, you see the lines on my fingertips are on the tips of my fingers. So you want to try to use the tips of your fingers to get the best tone. So to get the best tone, quality is better than quantity. It's not just about shredding or being able to play really fast. It's a person who plays real slow in the beginning. The slower you go and the more exact you are, and then gradually building up speed, you'll end up playing faster in the long run anyways. And you're not always going to be playing fast. You have to learn to play slow. You'll find that when you're with playing to a metronome or something like that, to be able to play slow with feeling is actually just as hard as, maybe even harder in some instances, than playing quickly. You know, to play something fast once you know it, but then to play it with soul and feeling, you know, that's a part of playing slow. So there's a time for fast and slow. There's a time for all things. So, but starting out slow and just making sure that you're making a good tone is the important thing. Okay, so I hope this video was helpful. I hope you like it, and subscribe to my videos. And if you're interested in private lessons, you can message me at rick's5, the number 5, minute guitar at gmail.com. The 5 minutes is about practicing, 5-minute practice periods, probably like at least 4 times a day. I mean, you can do less than that if you want, but optimal would be 5 minutes 4 times a day to work on any particular thing. So when you work on this scale, for instance, that we were just this pattern that we just did, to do that for 5 minutes 4 times a day is really going to help your body to be able to internalize that and create muscle memory, and you'll really progress quickly that way. So you take care, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye now.